What is going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a tier list on fun brawlers. So like which brawlers are really fun to play and which brawlers aren't. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So we got 8-Bit. 8-Bit's so boring to play, I feel like. He is so slow and he's just horrible to play. I don't like playing him. I don't think anyone really does. Maybe a couple 8-Bit mains out there. Next is Amber, and Amber's I feel like her only thing is just auto aim. You just auto aim everything and then throw your super and auto aim. Like, it's just kind of boring. I don't really like it that much. Next we have Ash. He's fun to play. I feel like getting the rage bar up and doing like a ton of damage is really fun.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Like, I don't know, I just enjoy playing Ash when I play him. Barley. I think Barley's kind of an for me because unless you're good with him, he's really hard to play, and he doesn't really have any saving grace. Like, if you miss your shots, you're kind of screwed. So, yeah. B's, like, mid to play. She's fun, like, every now and then, like, if you want to go and do, like, some cool, damage shots, I guess. But, like, overall, I feel like I'm not, like, gonna, like, log on to Brawl Stars and be like, hey, yo, let's play B. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'd say Belle's actually pretty fun to play. I think when shots bounce between each other and people get so mad, you can tell they're like raging on the other side of the screen because their shots keep bouncing. I think that's hilarious, and marking people as well. She's just a fun brawler to play. BB is she's not my favorite because I just don't have her upgraded high enough, or and I just don't play with her a lot. But she is really fun to play with, especially if you're good with her. But for me, she's fun. Bonnie. Low-key, I feel like Bonnie's her saving grace is definitely her super because it's really fun when you like jump on people. But in her like tank form, oh my gosh, she's so annoying to play. Bo, I think Bo's actually kind of fun to play. He's probably at the top of fun. He's not really my favorite, but watching people step on your mines is maybe one of the most satisfying things in Brawl Stars. Like, it's just so freaking funny every single time. Next up we have Brock, and Brock is kind of fun. I mean, he takes some skill. I'd probably put him towards the bottom of fun, but he does take some skill to play. I think that's what's fun about him, is you take skill to actually land your shots with Brock. Bull, I'd say Bull's kind of mid, because I feel like sometimes he's really fun to play on certain maps, but then as well, like, you kind of have to, you really have to be good with him to be able to know what to do. Next we have Buster, and Buster is actually one of my favorite brawlers to play. He is so much fun. His slow-mo gadget is actually insane, and I don't know, I just have so much fun playing him. He's fun. Buzz, I actually think Buzz is a lot of fun to play as well. He's one of my favorites. Stunning people and then watching them like try to press their super button or something is just so funny. It's hilarious. Next we have Byron, and Byron, he's kind of mid. I think his super is kind of, again, his like saving thing, because you can like hit people and heal yourself at the same time, which kind of like a Mortis super, which is pretty cool. Carl, I think Carl is very fun to play. I wouldn't put him in my favorite just because he really isn't my favorite, but he is fun when you get, a flying hook to super and kill like the whole lobby is fun, but not my favorite. Next we have Charlie, and Charlie's really fun to play. I think it's just funny watching people like struggle in the freaking thing and her like web or whatever. It's just hilarious. She's one of my favorites for sure. Chester. Chester is he used to be a lot more fun. I would, like, when he came out, I put him almost in the favorite category, but now I kind of put him towards mid, just because, like, the randomness kind of went away because everyone knows what the things are now, so he was more fun. I still think he's kind of fun to play, but yeah. Next we have Chuck, and Chuck is definitely really fun to play if you know how to play him. I would probably put him below Carl. He's fun to play. I enjoy playing him when I do. If you don't know how to play him or don't play in Heist, he's not very fun, but yeah. So, Colette, I actually think is kind of boring to play, to be honest. This may shock some of you guys, but you literally just do the same thing over and over and over again. You hit people 3 times and you super. Use your get. Like, it just feels like the same thing over and over and over again. Next, we have Colt, and I actually like playing Colt. He's not one of my favorites, but I do like to play him a lot. I'd probably put him below Ash, above Carl. He's fun to play. I do like playing him. I actually play him a lot when I'm just kind of horsing around, just playing for fun. Next we have Daryl, and Daryl's actually maybe one of my top 3 favorite brawlers to play in Brawl Stars. He's so much fun. I love rolling, and I'm really good with him for some reason. Like I would honestly put myself up against any other Daryl in the world. Yeah. Obviously, Doug is one of the most boring brawlers to play. His respawn is actually pretty fun, but most of the time people just know what's happening and then kill you right after. So it used to be a lot better. Next we have Dinah, and Dinah is really, he's not my favorite just because I don't personally like him, but he's the top of fun. He's really fun to play. Yeah. Mandy, straight to the top. I'm a Mandy main. Her supers are so satisfying to hit. It's one of the most satisfying things in the whole game. Next we have Piper, and Piper is really fun as well. She's definitely one of my favorites. Again, I love snipers. I love brawlers like that. Piper, when you hit someone out of a bush, it's like 4,800 damage. Her like homemade recipe, I think, gadget is really good as well. Both her gadgets are really good, but she's really fun. Primo. I'd put Primo in mid, honestly. His super is really fun to play, but his actual his basic thing is really not. So, Gray. Gray is really fun to play, man. I love playing Gray. I actually used to be trash with him, but I got a lot better with him, and I'm glad that I did because he's really fun. Janet, I really think she's one of the most boring brawlers in the game, to be honest with you. Like, it takes so long to drag her, attack out, and shoot, and her flying mechanic isn't as good as people expected it to be. And honestly, it's really not even useful for anything other than like backing out of a situation. Next, we have Frank. Frank is I think he's really boring to play as well. You basically just try to super people, and then when you do, one out of every 10 times, it's a kill. That's really all he is. Tick is fun to play, but he gets repetitive. You're basically just doing the same thing over and over again, and you just throw your super. It's really like repetitive and boring, honestly. Lola is kind of fun to play, though. I don't play her a whole lot. I never really have. I'm probably going to put her towards the bottom of fun. Obviously her attack does a lot of damage, and when you throw your super down, it really is good. Penny. I really don't play Penny a whole lot, and for good reason. I just think she's one of the most boring brawlers in the game to play. Gale is one of my favorites to play. I love playing Gale so much. Just watching people get slowed every time you hit them is just hilarious. It's so much fun. Same sort of thing with Crow, honestly. One of my favorites to play in the game as well. He is so much fun to play. Watching people slow and then hypercharging their safe, doing 50% damage is just insane. It's so much fun. Next we have Rosa. And Rosa is probably like mid to because she's really good with her super, but like again, when you're playing tanks, unless you really like them, it's just kind of you know. Rico's one of my favorites to play as well. I'd probably put him right around here. Actually, probably above Gray. He's really fun to play. Again, bouncing his shots off the wall. He just got a buff, so his super so much fun. And yeah. Sandy, definitely towards the top of fun for me. Her super is one of the most fun things in the game. I feel like you just sneak right up on people. It's basically like a Leon super in a certain area. I like her stuns a lot too. It's good for scoring goals in Brawl Ball. And yeah, Jackie. I think Jackie honestly is one of the most boring brawlers in the game. I think I don't really have to explain this one. It's kind of like Doug. So Meg. Honestly, I feel like Meg is really boring as well. I don't know why people enjoy playing Meg so much. I just feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, bro, what are we even doing here? Eve. I actually think Eve is really fun to play. It's so satisfying watching people run from your things and wasting all their ammo and then killing them. It's just hilarious. Like, she's so much fun to play. Grom. Again, I like Grom a lot. I don't play him a whole lot, but when I do play him, I do enjoy it just because people really don't know how to dodge Grom shots, which is so funny to say because he's been out for so long, you'd think people would eventually figure it out, but they just haven't. He's still so good. People really underrate him, I feel like. Nita. I think Nita's kind of boring to play, to be honest. She's got a shorter range, and her bear doesn't really do a whole lot most of the time. So, Jean. I think Jean's fun to play because you're literally just poking people the whole game, and supering them in. Like he's just fun to play. He's not very good, but he is fun to play. Stu, definitely one of my favorites in the entire game. I love playing him. I would play him all the time if I could. The problem is I have like 800 trophies, so it's hard to push Stu past that for me at least. But he is really fun. His dash is one of the best mechanics in the entire game. You can't convince me otherwise. Sam, I actually do enjoy playing Sam a little bit, but that was before. Recently, I just haven't enjoyed him as much just because it feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. You're running right at people, so it's just not as fun. Surge is kind of fun to play. I'd probably put him probably below Ash. He's fun to play. His super is fun. I do enjoy playing him. RT, I personally don't like playing RT that much. He's really good in the game. I actually have him in the S tier. He's very good, but I just don't enjoy playing him. I feel like I can't really hit shots as well with him as I can with other snipers. But he is one of the best brawlers in the game, no doubt. Lou, I think everyone likes playing Lou, honestly. Like, who doesn't like playing Lou at this point? Like, with the hypercharge and everything, who doesn't like playing him? He's very fun. Again, Miko, same sort of thing. Who doesn't like playing Miko? You know what I mean? I think he's one of the best brawlers in the game to play, at least. I'd actually probably put him above Gray. Kit. So, Kit is fun because you're like he's basically unkillable in Showdown, but like as far as like enjoyment out of him, other than killing people, I just think he's kind of He does basically the same thing over and over and over again. You're basically just supering onto people and then killing them. Like it's fun to play because you get a lot of kills, but like as far as like the game goes, he's not that fun in my opinion. Next we have Poco. Poco is boring to play in my opinion. You're just healing up your teammates and you're not really doing anything other than literally shooting people and then healing up. Like he's just not fun to play. Leon is definitely really fun to play. I would probably put him above Crow. He's fun to play. You sneak up on people, shoot them. It's very fun. Yeah, I just think he's fun to play. Spike. I feel like Spike used to be a lot more fun. Now he's just kind of mid for me, just because I feel like you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. He's been broken for so long. You just don't even really play him a whole lot anymore. You know, Pearl is very fun to play in my opinion. I would probably stick her above Jean. She's really fun to watch people die when you come out with your gadget and just melt them. It's so funny. And then her super obviously can be used as well. Larry and Laurie, I'm going to just put these guys aside as well as this Fang thing. I don't even know why it's here. We're not going to do those because I don't know obviously how fun they are to play. Nanny. Nanny is really fun to play. Not necessarily my favorite, actually. Her shots are really fun if you're good with her, and then her super is very fun as well. Griff. I actually think Griff is one of the most boring brawlers in the game. I used to play him a lot, and then I kind of stopped, and I honestly forgot it. Yeah, I even played him. I got him to rank 20, and then I just kind of stopped. And his super's fun, but there's nothing really about him that like stands out. You know, Cordelius is one of my favorite brawlers to play. His super is one of the most unique supers in the game, and he's really fun. He melts people. He's really fun to play. Pam, I'd probably put her towards the bottom of mid. I don't really play her a whole lot. Yeah. Sprout again, for me. I really don't like playing Sprout. I feel like my shots never hit people, but everyone else's shots hit me, if that makes sense. Tara, however you say it, is very fun to play. I'd probably put her above Jean. She actually probably above Nanny as well. Her super is one of the most fun things in the game because it stretches so far. You never expect to get people, and then you do, and you get team wipes. It's so much fun. I love playing her. So yeah, Willow is actually very fun to play as well. Once you get that super, especially in Brawl Ball, it's fun because you can score goals and everything. Edgar, I feel like Edgar's kind of boring. Actually, he's because his hypercharge is fun to play, but he just kind of does the same thing like every other brawler down here, just the same thing over and over again. Hank, I think Hank is pretty boring to play. The fact that he doesn't heal up while charging his bubble just kills him. And brawlers that are bad usually aren't fun to play. Max, I think Max is actually really fun. She's one of my favorites, honestly, to play. Yeah. Just because she's fast, and she can kind of take advantage of brawlers that aren't. She's not very good, but she is fun to play. Fang, obviously, I don't think I even really have to explain this one. His super is just insane. Otis. Otis is kind of mid. I don't even think I have him at like rank 15. I just don't really play him. I never really enjoyed playing him, to be honest. Mortis, definitely one of my favorite brawlers in the whole entire game. I love playing him. His super is one of the most fun things in the entire game. His dash is fun. He's very fun to play. Maisie. Maisie's definitely not one of my favorites, but she is very fun to play, I think. She's just so good. It's just insane. So yeah. Shelly. Shelly's fun. She's definitely not my favorite, but she is fun to play. I feel like when you play with Shelly on the right map and you super people, it's just so much fun. Squeak. I think Squeak's kind of boring to play, honestly, because you never really hit a whole lot, or at least I never hit a whole lot of shots on people, and if they're good at dodging, you're not going to do a whole lot of damage to them, and his super's also kind of hard to hit. Gadget got nerfed. He's just not as fun anymore. Ems is fun to play. I really like her slow. Her super's really fun. Yeah. Gus is also kind of fun, but he's fallen off a lot, and brawlers usually aren't as good, aren't as fun to play. I'd probably put him above Chester in mid. Jessie, again, kind of the same thing. Her hypercharge just isn't very good, and I just feel like she's not very fun to play for me, at least. Mr. P is kind of fun, actually. Watching those little dudes like shoot the people, and then like they getting pissed, you can see it through their screen, like how mad they are because they're on low health, and then they keep shooting. It's just funny. So yeah, he's one of my favorites. Ruffs, he's mid. He's fun to play sometimes. I think bouncing his shots off the wall and then hitting people is really cool. But other than that, he's just not that good to play, at least. But yeah, that's the tier list. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and